Alright, what's up everyone, this is Plus. I recently got asked if I could showcase a team or like walk you guys through my team building process, and why not? This is kind of like a Khan Academy kind of thing, just point and click, just gonna show you how I build my teams. There are many different ways to build teams. I'll show you different types of ways to build teams. There is really no like right or wrong way to build teams, but this is just one way I go about building my teams. So with the release of Contrary, Serperior, and Overused, I decided to build my team around this. Lots of people like to build their teams around like a central sweeper or like a Pokemon or whatever. You know, that's not a bad way to start things off. So let's just start with the Serperior right here. Serperior is a Pokemon that has great speed, but it has terrible shitty coverage. Its coverage consists of grass type moves like Giga Drain and Leaf Storm, and then you have things like the hidden powers, Dragon Pulse, and that is basically it. It doesn't have Earth Power, it doesn't have anything else. So you really want teammates that cover the lack of coverage that Serperior has. So back in XY, there was this really common core that consisted of Diggersby, Magnezone, and Mega Pinsir, and the reason why this core was so common was because Diggersby and Pinsir would always be walled by steals like Skarmory, for example, and Magnezone is like the perfect way to like eliminate Skarmory, as well as things like Ferrothorn and Scissors. You know, those slow steel types that, you know, are really defensive and just wall your team. So Magnezone works great with Mega Pinsir and Diggersby because they eliminate these problematic defensive steel types, and then you can just like destroy the rest of your opponent's team once those are eliminated. So in the same sense, Serperior, it loses to these 4 steals right here. It loses to Skarm, and then the Scissors, and then it also loses to Heatran if you don't pack Hidden Power Ground. Right, so if you run Hidden Power Ground, then you know you deal with Heatran pretty well, and if you run Hidden Power Fire on your Serperior, you deal with these steals pretty well, these 4 right here. But obviously, you can't run 2 Hidden Powers; you can only run 1. This is why we have a team. This is why we have Magnezone, which is going to cover these steals right here, and then we're going to have Serperior that covers the Heatran with Hidden Power Ground. And then to complement this, we're building a core around Serperior right now. So we're just going to take from this XY core back in the day. We're going to be using Mega Pinsir with it, and Mega Pinsir will be our secondary sweeper. It also loves, you know, having these steals gone, and then it provides us with priority with quick attack. It's just a really solid sweeper, and it, you know, it works really well with Serperior because electric types like Rotom Wash and Zapdos, those are also pretty common responses to Mega Pinsir, and Serperior handles Rotom Wash in particular really well. So I feel like these 3 in general work very well together, and we're going to be using Tyranitar. We're going to be using Tyranitar, Choice Scarf Tyranitar, in order to deal with Zapdos, as well as these sweepers Pokemon right here. We have Talonflame. Talonflame puts in a lot of work if I don't have Tyranitar on these 3 Pokemon. Just the fact that it can outspeed Serperior and Pinsir, that leaves a lot to be desired, and you know, obviously it has like Flare Blitz from Magnezone, so it's going to be very hard to deal with Talonflame. That's why Choice Scarf Tyranitar is a pretty good complement to this offensive core. Also, the Charizards, you know, the Charizards, they beat Serperior. Like if they don't Mega Evolve, even like Charizard X can like Dragon Dance, and then it can like destroy you. Like if you run Hidden Power Rock on your Serperior, good for you. But I want Hidden Power Ground for the Heatran, so yeah, Charizards are going to be a threat, and this is why Tyranitar is going to be a pretty good addition to this team, as well as the Latias and Latios. Now, I still have ways to beat like the Latis even without Tyranitar. Like Magnezone does pretty well as Serperior. It has Dragon Pulse, But, you know, just having them gone, like, if you can trap a Pokemon, that's that's great. You know, it's better than like just having responses to it. Also, you know, it's faster. The Latis are faster than Mega Pinsir, so you know, it's always nice to have some additional coverage. And also Gengar, right? Gengar puts in some work against this team as well, so it's nice to have Choice Scarf Tyranitar as a way to just keep these fast threats in check. And these four right here is what my team currently consists of right now, and then usually I like to round off my last two Pokemon slots with a Stealth Rock user, because, you know, it really helps with the offensive pressure, as well as a glue Pokemon, right? So, for offensive teams like mine right now, the best offensive Stealth Rockers, in my opinion, are Garchomp, Terrakion, and the Landorus forms. Also, Tyranitar is not that bad, but obviously we're using Choice Scarf Tyranitar, so these four are very good to use in offensive teams. I'm going to be using Garchomp because I like Garchomp. It's a very versatile Pokemon. You can run Bulk on it, but I'm not going to run Bulk. I'm just going to be running Focus Sash. You know, even like if you use 252 Focus Sash, Garchomp does put in a lot of work, and it still has a lot of respectable bulk, more so than Terrakion. It's also faster than Landorus Therian, so there's that. I just like Garchomp in general because you can save the Focus Sash late game and stop a revenge killing sweep, or you can also just use it early game to get your Stealth Rocks up reliably. It's a very solid Pokemon, and you really can't go wrong with Garchomp, so I'm just going to stick it there. And then for my last slot, I'm going to go with Azumarill. Now, Azumarill gives me a lot of different resists that I might not necessarily need, but they're still great to have, and this is why it's a glue Pokemon. It's because it has like it's an additional water resist for my team, it's an additional fighting, it's immune to dragon, so there's another like switching to potential dragon attacks. Just a very solid Pokemon in general if we're talking about glue. Also additional priority. Priority is just great on offensive teams. So I'm going to be using Azumarill here. It also benefits off the fact that Magnezone eliminates things like these steals right here. Azumarill does not like these four Pokemon. Does not. And it's just great because Magnezone eliminates these. It just gives me an additional potential like way to clean late game. So yeah. Let's just recap what we did here. We went with Serperior, we added a core around it that eliminated the things that, like, you know, Serperior had trouble with, such as the steel types, and then, like, the fast shit with Tyranitar, so we added that in there. We had Pinsir as our secondary sweeper, and additional priority, because priority on offensive teams is great. We added a Stealth Rocks user in Garchomp because it's a solid, reliable pick, and it's just very versatile. And then we have Azumarill as our glue Pokemon. Just gives us the rounded out finished product with like many useful resists, and it also fits with our offensive schemes. You know, it's not something like like a Quagsire that like might ruin our offensive momentum. You know, Azumarill is a very strong Pokemon, and it still keeps the offensive pressure. So I'm going to be going to Pokemon Showdown to show you the finished product. Alright, so this is the finished product. We have Serperior with Life Orb, and then we have the four moves that I discussed earlier: Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Dragon Pulse, Hidden Power Ground. Hidden Power Ground is for the Heatran, Dragon Pulse is for things like Zard X, the Latios, Latias, and it's also, as well as Dragonite. Giga Drain is for when you're getting weaker and you need some extra health in order to not get beat by priority. Leaf Storm is obvious, you know, it works with Contrary to get that +2 special attack boost. Very helpful. And then we got Magnezone with the leftovers. I'm running 144 speed in order to outspeed the most common variants of Scissor. And then it'll also outspeed things like Skarmory and Ferrothorn. We're going to run Substitute on it in order to take advantage of the fact that you can trap Ferrothorn. If you switch Magnezone into Ferrothorn and you get a free sub, that's also like a free attack after you kill the Ferrothorn, which is like amazing. I'm gonna go for like the standard coverage moves in Power Fire, Thunderbolt, and Flash Cannon with leftovers. Nothing spectacular here. With Pincer, I'm gonna go for 252 Jolly. That lets it outspeed Garchomp, which is pretty important, as well as max speed Charizards. Those aren't as common for Zard X, but for Y that is pretty common. Just return, quick attack, Earthquake, Swords Dance. You can also use close combat over Earthquake. Close combat is for things like Tyranitar. It's yeah, it's pretty interchangeable in my opinion. I like Earthquake, so you can actually hurt Metagross faster. Because before they Mega Evolve, you can just like slam them with an Earthquake and they'll do a hell of a lot of damage. As for Azumarill, I ended up using the Belly Drum set as opposed to Assault Vest set. Just applying more offensive pressure. It's a faster variant of Azumarill. It runs 164 speed, so it's very fast, and you can. It's an additional sweeper to go alongside Serperior and Pinsir, and it also functions as glue. You don't have to use the Belly Drum. You can just you know, use these 3 attacks: Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Play Rough. It still does its job perfectly fine, even if you don't end up using the Belly Drum. Then we have the Sash Garchomp with Fire Blast, Dragon Claw, Earthquake. Its naive nature, 252 attack and speed. Stealth Rock, Fire Blast, Dragon Claw, and Earthquake. Fire Blast is for the steals. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we have the Tyranitar, which helps deal with the Talon Flames and the other fast things. We're just going to go Standard, Stone Edge, Pursue, Crunch, Earthquake, and then 252. Alright, so I'm going to provide a paste bin to the team in the description below. You can ladder with it if you want. I really don't care. Make adjustments as you see fit. I know this team is not perfect. It was a quick just team build in order to showcase Serperior and one way to build teams. So see you later, and I'll be showing off some more teams in the future. Alright, peace.